KYCW Seattle. The first young country station in the Pacific Northwest. KYCW Seattle.
Young Country 96.5, 96.5.
Hey, okay.
You mean they want to practice to do what we're doing?
Talk up, yeah.
Let me tell you right now, if you're thinking about this as a career, don't. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Here's the skivvy on being one of us. Don't.
Don't. Yes,
Don't.
Absolutely.
How long you been doing this?
18 years?
I've been doing it 24. How old are
years.
you?
30. Well, I can't tell my age.
Why not?
All right, 38.
And I'm 40.
Well, see, at one time I was the youngest, supposedly the youngest DJ
in
this town.
In Seattle?
Right.
Wow.
But it was all based on a
myth.
On a myth. Yes, a lot. See, it started a long time. A couple of us were just kind of sitting around, drinking.
Yeah.
That was in the days where you could drink and stuff on the, on the radio station.
Yeah.
Long ago.
Was this at a college station? Or?
No. This was at a station
at
here
a
in
real
Seattle.
big station?
Yes.
Wow.
Anyway, so as it turns out, it just, one guy just gets on the air.
Yeah.
14-year-old Beau Roberts is next. Well, that night I got 20 calls from these,
You can win $1,000 by picking up the phone and answering our question.
Really?
Nah.
Honest to goodness?
Nah.
How you feeling?
Nah.
Are we a happy camper?
Nah.
What is your favorite radio station?
Yes.
Young Country. Yes.
Remember to say Young Country, and $1,000 is yours.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot where I was.
Excuse me. We're doing a show for the Catholic Diocese of Cleveland.
Oh, my.
And it was a Sunday public affairs show.
Sure,
See,
yeah.
back then in the old days, you had to have a certain amount of public affairs programming.
The quota.
Because that was to help, your licensing area. And
FCC,
now the
yeah.
FCC doesn't care about that stuff anymore.
Right, they don't.
But we do, and that's why we do our public affairs. But be that as it may, and I'm never sure it ever started out to be, that way anyway. So I said, what is this radio stuff? And I was always into the electronics part. Not that I was a geek, but I was always the AV guy.
You like the,
bringing the Bell and Howell 16-millimeter projector into Mr. Koukan's class,
Sure.
Mr. Lavin, our AV director at Warrensville Heights High School, said, I'll never amount to anything.
Is that what he told you?
He's still a teacher, and look what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on my rear end all day making not bad money and having damn fun, too. But that's besides the point. So we're, I said, let me see this radio thing. I always used to listen to radio.
Sure.
But I never thought about being on the radio.
Right.
Because I always thought my life was already determined. As soon as, I was conceived, I was going to work for my father, and...
What did your dad do?
My dad, at the time, was a vice president of sales for a company that made 8-track tape players.
We'll see.
For your car.
Well, okay, kind of a related,
So you'll understand when I say, hey, if you bought an 8-track tape player, thank you helped put me through college. So we're doing this thing, and I said, wow, this radio stuff's not bad, And I was always very much into... the electronics part of it.
Right.
And the chief engineer that I met, that's the guy that makes sure that we're on the air like Grizz here.
Grizz, right.
So his name was Sam Garfield. And to this day, Sam and I still talk. And
Is that
was
right?
24 years ago.
Is that right?
That's right.
Is he back in Cleveland still? Or what?
Yes, he actually lives in Raleigh now.
Oh.
So, I got on the air one night like most of us do. The all-night guy never showed. And I was working at a crappy station in Cleveland Heights, a suburban station that thought they were great, and they didn't amount to much. And the program director, who didn't really care anymore, decided, he said, well, who's there? And the guy on the air said, well, Wynn's here. Well, put him on the air. And I didn't know anything about, at that time, album-oriented rock.
Sure. What was it? You just put on Dark Side of the Moon and just let it run?
Well, you pick we didn't have CDs back in 24, so that 19, whatever that is, 1971.
1971, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have CDs, we had discs.
Right.
And like my first night, they were pulling the platters off the turntable, so I didn't have anything to play it on. You know?
No.
But we would pick the longest track and make that an AOR cut because I didn't know anything better.
Aqualung was always a favorite.
Aqualung.
6 minutes.
Yeah, so that's how I got my start. At 16, I was on the air in Cleveland, Ohio, a major market at the time, doing overnight radio.
Sure.
And I've had my trials and tribulations, but I'm telling you, kids, don't try this at home.
It is a fun business, though.
Don't try this at home. Beau, how many stations you been to?
Well, let's see, 5, 6, something like that.
6. And you haven't really ever left the city.
Not really, no.
You worked at KJR, KNBQ.
I worked at KNBQ, KISW,
the X,
KXRX here, and then of course
Young Country,
and then there was Moscow, Idaho, at KRPL, the same station that Scott Burns worked.
Really?
He started out there, yeah.
Oh, well, I was at WLYT.
Light.
No, we were so stupid we didn't even think of that.
Pass that right
we
up.
had the best call letters in the nation.
Yeah, no
and, well,
kidding.
there was no light back in 1971. It was a jazz station when it started. We had to do our production while we were on the air. We had to flip everything into the second channel and read these things, and the songs would end, you know.
Oh, sure,
we didn't care.
Sure.
So light, we lick your tummy. That's what we called that one. Then my parents made me go to college, so I went to Ohio University because that's the only one that would take me. They threw me out after 2 semesters because all I did was work on the radio station. We had a big 50,000 watt FM. We had a big TV station that covered the whole southeastern part of Ohio, you know.
Sure.
Had a big AM. I had like a 40 share on the AM. It was really cool. It was Middleport Pomeroy. Ooh, boy, now you're talking big time. So then I came back and I worked at G98, and that was at the time when it was like screaming rock and roll. Is that right? You know, you know how we always mess around with that kind of stuff. Always trying to hit the brakes, you know.
The old Q.
Yeah, the old Q format. G98, and then I went back to We Lick Your Tummy. I was doing there, and then I went over to M105, you know, in Cleveland, and I started doing the morning show there.
Now, when did you go to Buffalo?
Well, Buffalo, I went 91. Yeah, around 91. And then I went to Raleigh, and I went to Pittsburgh, and I went to Anchorage. You see, we're doing this. We're wasting time because we want you kids to know that unless you don't like to travel, don't do this job. You gotta move. You gotta go where the jobs are.
That's it. That's right, yeah.
Boy, that's why teachers will never let me into school and talk about this business, because I put one big word on the blackboard. Don't. Any questions? That's my speech.
It's
and then we tell the cool stories, you know, about eating with the Who.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm sure you've had those kind of stories.
Sure. Yeah.
Me and Entwistle throwing breadsticks at each other from across the table. You know, that's kind of cool. You get to meet all your favorite rock stars and stuff.
The highlight of my moment, I think, was getting together with Angus Young.
Really?
Sharing a beer.
Yeah.
It was down in Portland.
What'd you talk about?
I was trying to get him to give me, in fact, even to this day, it's a hard-to-find record, Cold Hearted Man, an AC/DC song.
Yeah.
And he said he would try to find one for me, and he certainly did.
Wow. Well, Cleveland, of course, being the rock and roll capital of the world, you know.
Yeah.
We're all with the great groups, and we used to do this thing called the World Series of Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that only lasted a couple of years because they started trashing the stadium.
Was that kind of like the $1 Million Weekend theory, sort of, that kind of deal?
Well, no, we actually had, like, Led Zeppelin show up, you know, with Foreigner, you know, or Bad Company, or Yes. I mean, all these groups showed up at the stadium, and it was a whole-day affair.
Wow.
So, you know, we get backstage passes and meet, like, with Mick, you know, and Richard.
Oh, yeah.
And Keith Richards. And,
and
you know, and all those. So that was fun, but the whole thing is, don't. DON''T, don't. Just don't.
Oh, yes, Wynn.
Because you get fired as fast as you get hired. Right, Beau?
That's right.
Right?
Exactly. That's right. And do you think we'll...
I've never been fired. Yeah.
No, I'll tell you what, GT hugged me today. We're fine. Don't worry about it. I don't think they know about what we do on Monday night. Well, you ready to do the snippets?
I am ready, Winston.
I think we should call Tuesday night's Employment Opportunity Night. Let's tell everybody why they shouldn't get into this stupid business. Huh? I've been doing this 24 frickin' years, and this is the first time I've ever had a good time.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
great.
I've worked for some great broadcasting companies, okay?
Yeah.
This is the best broadcast company I've worked for in my life. And it's
Absolutely.
because they let us do this kind of
That's right.
stuff, you know?
That's right.
It's not reading liner cards. Now, liner cards is like what K-Warm has. You know the guy on in the afternoon?
Oh, yeah.
Light favorites. Less talk.
Another 55 minutes non-stop.
That's right. While the other stations are yakking, we're tracking with 55 minutes of light favorites.
And all your favorite
And we don't
cliches.
have to do that anymore.
No.
I mean, and that's cool.
It's
and we've
nice.
got great management here.
That's right.
Except for Boss Boy. But other than that, you know, we slap him
But
around.
he's nice enough.
We slap him around. But we had such a good time today.
That's
and I
great.
was so happy, you know. I was up there smiling like a mofo, mostly because Cairo was supposedly having us live, and I didn't want to be in a bad mood, so I was smiling, you know.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But there were people in bridal gowns, and there was this one guy that really knocked me out. It looked like from the movie Officer and the Gentleman. He was wearing full
dressed white?
Really?
dress with his bride. Oh, they were just gorgeous. Everybody looked great. Everybody had a good time. Nobody stole anything from any of the stores, so that was really good.
That's great.
And the cake was good. Did you have the cake?
I did.
Yeah, the cake was good.
The cake was good.
Poor
Oh,
cheating.
man. Oh, man. So how many couples did get married?
Ange, what is it, 50? 60?
What?
How many couples, 50 or 60?
I thought there were about 50.
50 couples, Beau, getting married and renewing their vows. It's unbelievable.
That is incredible.
Well, everybody have a happy Valentine's Day. Me and the mystery lady, we're going home.
Valentine's. Actually, it's over now.
Have a nice night, Beau.
It's a state of mind. KYCW Seattle.
Young Country 96.5, 96.5.
Happy Valentine's Day, kids.